And now let's meet your starting five Rochester RazorSharks. A 6'2" guard from Sam Houston State, number 2, Corey Ullman. A 6-foot guard from Tennessee Chattanooga, number 4, Jarice Crouch. A 6'6" forward from West Virginia State, number 12, James Helton. A 7-footer from Washington State, number 14, Jordan Raley. And a 6'10" forward from St. John's, number 44, Deli Coker. And the rest of your Rochester RazorSharks. Head coach Chris Iverson, assisted by Jason Sauter and Clay Pitnero. Trainer is Kathy Fabrizio, equipment manager Rob Richards, and director of basketball operations Matt Cahill. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please rise and remove your hats for our nation's colors, presented today by the Puritan VFW Post 8495 of Fairport.
And out of respect for the flag, you don't come off the floor until after the color guard has stepped off the floor. So you gotta wait for them to.
Now please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem, today performed by Leanna Monaco.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Rochester RazorSharks Broadcast Network. Tariq Spence here with you with John Boone. Today, it's the marquee matchup, the Rochester RazorSharks taking on the team that beat them earlier this year, not that far, about a week ago, Kentucky. It should be a great game with a nice crowd on hand today, John.
Yeah, not much that you got to say to the team today. They'll be ready to play, especially after losing in Kentucky. They want to prove a point today.
Well, for the last game for the RazorSharks against Chautauqua, they came out on Thursday. What is it like after you lose a game and then come back and win a game on home turf, knowing full well you can face that same team that beat you for the first time this year?
Well, I think we saw what happened. They struggled in the first half. They were kind of, I think, probably looking ahead a little bit, and Coach Iverson, I'm sure, got their attention at halftime. They came out, played a really good second half leading into the game today.
Well, I tell you what, it's all lined up for today. Kids' Day here, they're off from school. President's Day matchup, 8-1 Rochester, 8-1 Kentucky. Tip-off coming up next. You're watching the Rochester RazorSharks Broadcast Network. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Rochester RazorSharks Broadcast Network, here live at the Blue Cross Arena between the Rochester RazorSharks and the Kentucky Mavericks. Tariq Spence, John Boone with you here today. A nice crowd continuing to file in after the national anthem. was beautifully done. John, today's game has a number of different factors to it. Number one, both teams 8-1 on the year. They're at the top of the Premier Basketball League. This is the marquee matchup of the day. If you're going to watch some basketball, this is the place to be.
Yeah, this will be an exciting game to watch. Two of the best teams in the league and try to see if Rochester can get a little revenge after losing in Kentucky last week.
Well, the main man to watch out for on Kentucky's end is going to be Nicholas Waddell. He is the January Player of the Month in the Premier Basketball League. In that month, averaged 20 and 11. He's going to be the one to watch for as far as scoring output for Kentucky.
Yeah, he comes in. He's second leading scorer on the team. Their leading rebounder, shooting almost 63% from the field. So he's getting a lot of good looks, and it's going to be important that Rochester's big guys make him work hard for those shots today. He can't shoot 63% today.
For the Rochester RazorSharks, they come in with their usual starting five lineup of Corey Ullman, Jerice Crouch, and James Helton, Dele Coker, and Jordan Riley. And for the Mavericks, it should be a fun one today with Joshua Johnson, Anthony Jackson, Nicholas Waddell, who we were just talking about before, Robert Crawford, and Jackie Butler. So both teams have met. More people still filing in here on this day off from work and school, President's Day. You couldn't ask for a better day here at the Blue Cross Arena. Rochester weather not that cold either today, so there was no excuse. Get out and enjoy this day, as it's going to be Raley and Butler to jump it up and out of bounds. And first possession will go to the Rochester RazorSharks. So finally it is here. Rochester and Kentucky. Now, the bit of the backstory for the RazorSharks, they did come off a road game to play Kentucky in Kentucky. So that makes a big difference, especially on the road. They had just played in Ohio, won that game, came back to win it, got on a bus, drove to Kentucky, and played Kentucky the next day. This is coming off that loss to a win against the Hurricane, and now a chance at redemption with a healthier team that was a little sick on that road trip.
Yeah, and both teams, should be fully healthy and rested and ready to go.
Butler knocked away by Ullman and out of bounds. It'll be Rochester RazorSharks basketball. So Corey Ullman's best defensive play and only defensive play was to knock that ball out of the hands of Butler before he can get it up and over the rim.
Yeah, somebody lost their man early. And luckily, Corey bailed him out.
Crouch. Butler picks him up. Pull-up jumper, no good. Rebound and come the Mavericks. No score here. Just underway here at the Blue Cross Arena.
Kentucky's going to force the tempo. They like to run. They're averaging 115 points a game. So expect a lot of scoring here today.
Waddell working against Coker. Banging. Gets it to Butler. Has it blocked out of bounds. It'll remain Mavericks basketball with 5 on the shot clock.
Yeah, look for something quick here. Jump shot or a little screen-to-screener action maybe inside to try to get somebody open around the basket.
Crawford to inbounds, trying to find somebody. Gets it to Waddell, spins around, tries to scoop layup, can't get it to go. I think Coker got a piece of that, so it went straight up in the air and didn't go towards the basket. Raley. Butler back down, Raley went the other way and got the easy score.
Nice move by Jordan, was patient there, felt where the defense was and went the other way.
Crawford with it. Now working against Corey. Butler will take a jumper. That's good. So Jackie Butler from outside, game tied at 2.
A little high-low action. Kentucky likes to run that a lot. Get a post in the foul line area and a guy in the block and see what happens. That time Butler was open for the jump shot.
Helton down low. Crouch thought about it, swings it out. Raley for 3. That's good. Jordan Raley from outside.
And Kentucky going to come right back at you. They're going to run the basketball. Good to see Jordan. They'll get off to a good start here.
Johnson, double team, knocked away. Ullman with it. They don't have the numbers. Down low. Coker got caught. Waddell defensively steps up, swinging around. Helton loves that corner 3, and that's why.
His favorite spot on the floor. Corey did a great job making the extra pass, finding the open man.
Rochester up by 6. 9:44 left to go here in the first quarter, and they're going to hit Dele Coker.
Yeah, he wants to step out and hedge there. He was just a step late, trying to force the ball handler away from the basket.
Jackson was going around 2 picks there. He'll control it now with Crouch on him defensively. Crawford down low, Butler again. Butler against Riley. And defensive 3-second violation.
And Dele didn't move, was kind of got caught standing there watching the basketball.
So Waddell will go to the free throw line. And cash it in. So 5-point lead for the RazorSharks, and the Mavericks with a chance to cut that deficit down. They keep possession off the tech on the illegal defense.
You see Kentucky going inside a lot. They seem to feel that they can have a little advantage down there with some of their post players. A lot of post-ups.
Crawford has it blocked there. 2 players hit the deck for the RazorSharks. Helton going all the way back. Pull-up jumper is no good. Crawford with the rebound. Back up the court come the Mavericks. Pull-up jumper is in and out, no good. Butler rebound and put back. Jackie Butler cleaning up the boards.
Yes, he is. He's gets a lot of rebounds for not playing a lot of minutes.
3-point lead for Rochester. With possession. Rochester home whites and Mavericks for Kentucky in their road blues.
Waddle not letting Helton kind of run free there, and they called him for the foul.
Helton the inbounds. Crouch will get it. Johnson on and Ullman for 3. Is that? Yep, a pick. And I think it's going to be on
Jordan
Rayleigh. Yeah.
It wasn't quite set there as Corey's man was chasing him to get out to the 3-point line. Jordan didn't get set, and easy call for the official.
Johnson will get it across midcourt. Down low. Pull-up jumper. No good. Tipped away. Butler gets it back. Nice touch off glass. So he gets the rebound and able to bank it in. And Rochester's lead of 5 has been cut down to 1.
Butler just gets a lot. He only plays about 13, 14 minutes a game and gets about 6 rebounds in those 13, 14 minutes.
Johnson tracks it down as that was tipped in the air. He goes off glass, no good. Rayleigh with the rebound, back the other way. Crouch is stopped by Crawford and tried to control his momentum and the basketball at the same time, and they called the foul on Crawford.
Yeah, if you're Kentucky, I don't know if you really like that last shot by Jackson. You kind of went in, took the contested shot, especially when they've been getting things at the basket early on.
Jerice Crouch, Corey Ullman for 3. That's no good. And out of bounds, they'll let it go. Just under 8 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. 8-7 lead for Rochester. You can sort of feel this, John, the fact that both teams feeling each other out. RazorSharks early lead. First punch, 6 points. Kentucky comes right back to cut it down to 1.
Yep, and just, keep playing their game and didn't panic being down 6 early, that's for sure.
Waddle, Coker, Butler, can't get it to go. So the RazorSharks.
I'm not sure Butler agreed with that traveling
I don't
call.
think. I'm not sure either.
He's looking around wondering how he traveled.
Helton, and they're going to get Rayleigh this time. Really saying, I'm just standing here.
And I don't disagree with him. I didn't like the call either. I thought
Chichester will come in, and we'll take a break. 7:30 is the time. Oh, no, we won't take a break.
I don't think they're going to let Josh in the game yet.
All right, well,
one of those crazy
that's
things.
Fine. I have to wait till Rayleigh.
Oh.
No. Now they're going to let Chichester in, and Rayleigh can sit down. That was confusing a little bit,
Yeah.
but we got the right guy in the game, and I thought it was going to be immediate timeout, but it's not. That's fine. 7:30 left to go here first quarter. 1 point lead for Rochester. And Josh Chichester is in the game. That's what the delay was. Knocked away, picked up, stolen away from Crouch Johnson. And he said he stepped out of bounds.
It's funny how many times guys step on that sideline over there,
So
not realizing where they are in the court.
Johnson steps out of bounds. And turnover for the Mavericks. Game's sort of been locked here for the last few minutes with a 1 point lead for Rochester. Crawford over Allman. Waddle versus Chichester. Front rim no good. Coker comes flying through and pokes it out of bounds and says, "You can give that to us, right?" I don't think so.
Never hurts to ask.
Yeah. Even if he did it in front of the ref.
Never hurts to ask.
Jackson will get it across midcourt. Crouch on him defensively. Thought about getting into Crawford. Waddle versus Chichester. Working hard. Hook shot, can't get it to go. Knocked away, picked up by Crouch. Off to the races. Corner, Helton had it knocked away. Johnson played that perfectly.
Yeah, Jerice jumped in the air, which you don't always like to see him do, and kind of got caught up there, and Johnson was able to read his eyes and knock the ball out of bounds.
He was going to Helton, who loved that corner. And they're going to call, I believe it was traveling?
Yeah. Deli kind of took a couple small steps before he put the ball on the ground there.
So 6:36. It's an intense 1 point lead, I can tell you that right now.
Both teams have had some decent looks, and now all of a sudden we've had a few turnovers, and it's kind of slowed things down.
And a lot of whistles being called here. Illegal defense. And so that'll put Waddle back at the line, see if we can tie this game up. So refs look like they want to take sort of control of this game early.
Yeah, calling it a little tight right now, just to kind of keep things from getting too physical, especially with, you see how Kentucky likes to post up a lot and isolate guys. So it's a little bit more physical, and they're just trying to make sure that doesn't get too physical.
Jackson with it. Crouch on him defensively. Pick set by Butler, and he walks away from it. Crawford for three. That's good. Robert Crawford from downtown. 3 point lead for the Mavericks.
Tough shot. Good contest there, and still made the jump shot at the end of the shot clock.
Ullman. Crawford on him. Step back. Foul call as he put up the shot. Nice delay there by Corey Ullman. Got his defender in the air. Crawford knew it too. So you can see here on the replay, Corey, let me hesitate, get you in the air, and gotcha.
Nice little step back too.
5:55 left to go here in the first quarter. The Rochester RazorSharks trailing the Kentucky Mavericks 11-8. We'll be back with more first quarter action coming up next on the Game of the Week here at the Rochester RazorSharks Broadcast Network. Back here live at the Blue Cross Arena, the Rochester RazorSharks, 5:55 left to go here in the first quarter. 11-8 lead with Corey Ullman heading in the line for free throws. So far, you know, and anything can happen with these 5:55 left to go here in this first quarter. It seems as if RazorSharks came out firing. 8-2 lead early on. Kentucky withstanding that, comes right back, slowly gets into the game, then steps up their defensive presence. RazorSharks without a basketball without a basket for the last, I don't know, going on 5-6 minutes.
Yeah, they came out, blitzed them. Kentucky just kind of picked up the pressure, defensive pressure a little bit, and Rochester hasn't been making shots, and they've been turning it over.
So Corey Ullman cuts it back to a 1-point lead for Kentucky. A little pressed by Rochester. See how the Mavericks handle it here. Waddle will get it across midcourt before the violation. Crawford, three. That was a high arcing three, no good. Rebounded by Coker. Back the other way come the RazorSharks.
Thank God we don't have low ceilings here.
And Crouch misses the first one, but makes the second one, gets his own rebound.
Good job by Jarice following his shot. Was not boxed out, was able to go get his own rebound.
Rochester up by one, 12-11. Jackson will stop and pop for three. That's no good, front rim. Rebound, Johnson, Jackson again. That's no good. Coker rebound. Corner three, pocket. That's no good by Helton. Waddle with the rebound. Back the other way and running. Jackson to Johnson. Oh. Blocked by Helton. And a foul called.
Great hustle by James.
The reaction was so loud, I didn't even hear the whistle.
Yeah.
You can see it on the replay.
Oh, that's all ball. And you could tell, you could tell by his reaction that he didn't think he fouled him.
I don't see any part of anybody that Mr. Helton has that hit Mr. Johnson.
Yeah. I mean, I know a lot of guys react when there's a foul called against them, but sometimes when you can see that it's, they genuinely react like James did there wasn't that wasn't a foul. But
he is not one of those players that overreacts to foul calls either.
No.
Helton has been able to keep his composure throughout the time he's played here with the RazorSharks. I've never seen him lose it like that. And as I look at that replay, I see why he lost it.
Yeah. It was great hustle getting back and blocking the shot. Too bad the foul was called.
Game tied at 12. First free throw by Johnson is good.
But the thing with Rochester, Melvin Council now comes in for him, and you won't see any drop-off at that position with Melvin in the game.
1-point lead for Kentucky. Ullman off the dribble, step back, crossover, drops it in. No, can't get it to go, and that's a foul. They might get Dele.
Yep.
And it looks like it is that way. Gerald Devon had the ball, and Dele was going for the rebound and couldn't control himself in the air and came down on him. There's nothing you can do about that. Listen, you're going for the ball. You're trying not to collide with the guy.
Yeah, it's one of those hustle plays that, it's unfortunate, but you can't fault them for it. Now, the thing with Rochester right now, you got both starting forwards with 2 fouls halfway through the first quarter. I mean, they have some depth in the front court, but at the same time, especially the way Jordan got off to start, you'd like to see him on the floor more.
Johnson's three's no good, gets his own rebound. What a pass. And can't get the reverse layup, but a foul bails him out. Wow. Quite the exchange here. Great passing, great teamwork, reverse layup, no. But Holmes gets called for the foul.
Well, they said he tripped him. I guess he kind of caught his back leg there, as you see on the replay. I don't think it affected the shot much.
Gerald Devon at the line. First free throw is good.
Kind of a different free throw shot here. Watch.
On the tippy toes.
He definitely makes sure he gets up on his toes on this shot.
Yeah. Got to find what works for you.
That one's front rim, no good, but rebounded by Kentucky. Thought about a three, baseline cut off there, Johnson with it. Holmes on him defensively, swoops in, can't get it off the backboard. Chichester going for the rebound, knockdown, loose ball foul the other way.
One of the things you don't like early for Coach Iverson is the number of offensive rebounds that Kentucky's getting. Kind of a similar story as what happened early in the game on the other night against Chautauqua, giving up a lot of offensive rebounds. And you might be able to get away with that against Chautauqua, but against a Kentucky, you don't want to be doing that, giving them extra possessions like this.
4:11 left to go first quarter, and it's been quite a game. Kentucky 2-point lead here. Crouch, cross midcourt, gets it to Council off of that pick and roll. Scoop layup, can't get it to go. Holmes, put back blocked and saved. And scoop layup, nice smooth move by Melvin Boone Council.
Nice, he faked the guy out, thought he was going to take it back out, and he spun right back to the basket for the layup.
Game tied at 14, 3:44 left to go here in the first quarter. Deep in the corner, dribbling it back out. Crane. Filia cuts through the defense, around the back, and Devon gets it in.
Nice penetration.
Smart move there by Devon. Good teamwork. Chichester out to Allman. 3:15 left to go first quarter. Scoop layup is good. And Corey Allman doesn't get an easy one in that one.
No, he made a nice job. The defender never stepped up on the ball screen, and Corey was able to turn the corner and go right to the basket.
That ball knocked away and out of bounds. It'll remain, go to the Rochester RazorSharks. So with 3 minutes left to go, 2:56 to be exact, and this game is tied at 16. We told you it would be a great matchup of two teams, both 8-1. The rest of the first quarter coming up next. As you see the replay, Corey Allman adding to Rochester's 16 points. Game tied. You're watching the Rochester RazorSharks Broadcast Network. Back here live at the Blue Cross Arena, game tied at 16, 2:56 left to go here in this first quarter. Tariq Spence and John Boone with you here today. Rochester 8-1, Kentucky 8-1, two of the best teams in the Premier Basketball League. So far, so good, John.
Yeah, trading punches, and we're still all tied up.
Crouch, bring it across midcourt. Chichester with it now. Devon on him in the corner. Jerice Crouch can't get it to go. Rebound, and Kentucky off to the races they go.
Kentucky did a nice job of switching that screen for Corey. Switching out, he wasn't open.
Devon had it, lost it, put back is good.
They like to get the ball inside. They've been pretty effective with it so far.
Crouch to Council. Down low, Chichester versus Devon. Working, baseline, cut off there, stolen away. Mavericks on the run, cross court, deep corner. Scoop layup, can't get to go. Put back is good, but they do not give up on the boards.
Oh, and again, they average like 16 offensive rebounds a game, and as we said earlier, it's been one of the problems for Rochester is these slow starts, and a lot of it is because of the offensive glass.
Off the back rim, no good. Foul.
We got Sidney coming over the back.
And Davola will come over to inbounds. He had that nice play just a moment ago to put Kentucky up by 4. He's coming off that curl to try to get it to him. Now they do. He'll take the 3. That's no good. Council.
That was deep. Sidney did a nice job of forcing him out farther than he wanted to be.
Scoop layup blocked. Josh is blocked in the back and from behind. That was a clear foul.
Yeah, they're not hedging the ball screen, so it kind of ends up being a switch, and the smaller guard ends up switching onto Josh, and him going to the basket is an advantage for Rochester.
And Josh.
They're going to call it on the floor, it looks like.
Yep. Yeah, Josh, I don't think he had, he was just blocked out of the way, literally. He never had the chance of getting that ball. John Ivey over to Corey Ullman. They're out to get him at that three-point line. He attacks. Ivey for 3. That's no good. Rebound. Back the other way come the Mavericks, and they're all over. Devon does it again.
Well, they're getting a lot of shots at the rim so far. A lot of their baskets are right at the rim. Not a good thing for Rochester. They got to try to keep them away from the basket.
That ball's knocked away. Zola thought about it. Goes right past Holmes. Pass, and another good one. Mavericks bench right now beating the RazorSharks bench.
Again, another, just playing hard, getting the ball at the basket and shooting layups.
Corey Ullman for 3. That's no good. One and done on the other end. And they're going to hold for one shot. About a 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Mazzola. Pull-up jumper. That's no good. Side rim. Five seconds left to go. Council's got to do something with it. 2 seconds. Scoop layup. Drops.
I don't think people realized that Melvin realized how much time there was.
Yeah, I think for a second I didn't realize it. I thought they were just going to quickly run a play. Council over into the corner. But luckily he was able to break down the defensive score. That lessens the damage. 6-point lead for Kentucky as Melvin Council, thanks to this buzzer beater, able to cut it down. We'll be back with the second quarter coming up next.
Honey, he's so vain, yeah, he been loving himself more than Kim and yeah. I'm like, boy, stop, run that back. Goddamn you, father, can you play that sax? Hard ass you, Mr. Know-It-All, think you got flood down to a formula. I'm like, boy, stop, run it back. Pick a big guy, Cuba, can you play that sax? Baby, baby, I've been waiting for no one to blow my mind.
The Lady Sharks. Hey, Shark fans, want to take the RazorSharks team with you wherever you go? Now you can. Text SHARK17 to 72727 to receive our mobile program and check out the team right on your smartphone. Now it's time for the t-shirt toss. Get up and make some noise for RazorShark t-shirts, brought to you by Express Printing.
Back here live at the Blue Cross Arena, the Rochester RazorSharks in a hole, 6 points, 24-18. Rochester not looking good on the boards, not looking good on the turnovers, and John, that's the difference.
Yeah, a pair of sevens that you don't want to see. 7 turnovers for Rochester and 7 offensive rebounds for Kentucky. Led to 6 extra possessions for Kentucky. Like I said, against a good team, you can't not give them extra possessions like they did in the first quarter.
6 points for Butler, leading scorer for the Mavericks. Meanwhile, on the other end, top scorer is Jordan Raley. Both players played limited numbers, Raley due to foul trouble. Butler, I'm not quite sure. They put him in early and then took him out. But both of those players leading scorers, so everybody else spreading the ball around offensively.
Yeah, but like I said, Butler doesn't play a whole lot, but when he does, he's very effective.
And off another turnover, Rochester finds themselves down by 9. Cross court, 3. That's no good. And out of bounds. Rashad McGill in the game for the RazorSharks. John Ivey's going to run the point for Rochester. Melvin Council, Sidney Holmes, and Josh Chichester out for Rochester. And it looks like the starting unit for the Mavericks is about to come into the game.
That's wholesale changes right there. All 5 guys getting ready to come in.
Looks like a front line that's coming in for hockey, a line change. And it'll be just that. So a well-deserved rest for the bench of the Mavericks, who will take out 5 players and put in 5.
Now the big thing here is Rochester just going to make sure you're matched up, that you know who you're guarding.
So it goes to the starting 5 now for the Mavericks with Crawford, Jackson, Johnson, Butler, and Waddell. Council for 3. That's no good. McGill with the rebound. Ivey thought about it. Corner pocket for Chichester. In and out, no good. Out of bounds. Butler had it and lost it.
Getting some good open looks. Just shots aren't falling right now for Rochester. Just got to keep shooting, and hopefully things will start falling for them. 2 really good looks there. Just shot didn't go.
Ivey trying to get the ball into somebody here. And that's tipped out of bounds. It'll remain Rochester basketball. Good defense.
Kentucky does a really good job of getting their hands on a lot of passes. Very active hands. You're seeing that already by the turnovers they forced, even when they're not forcing turnovers. Knocking passes like that out of bounds, making it difficult for Rochester to move the basketball.
Inbounds, McGill off the dribble, knocked away out of bounds. It'll remain Rochester basketball. The Mavericks do a very good job of not making every pass so clean.
No,
they get their hands up on defense, and they'll be in your face if you wait.
Good help defense there.
Council loses it. Baseline jumper's no good. Back the other way come the Mavericks. No look pass over to Johnson. He's saying, clear out. I'll get it to you, Waddle. Gets the matchup he wants against Ivey. Double team. Jackson for 3. That's no good. Rebound and tipped out of bounds.
Same team. Yeah. Josh and John both going after it, and unfortunately goes out of bounds off of Rochester. Creating another second chance opportunity for Kentucky.
The offense out of sync for Rochester for a minute. And the Mavericks just not quitting defensively.
No, they play hard on defense, and then they're getting really good looks. Rochester is at times. They're just not making open jump shots.
McGill met by Johnson. The length, too, for Kentucky is very good. It's length with length.
Yeah, and that's the other thing that's happening, too, is Rochester likes to get out and run, and Kentucky does a great job in transition defense.
Council's 3, front rim, no good. Butler with the rebound. Crawford, down low, Waddle. Waddell's working. Drop. Josh just said no.
Great defense. Stayed down until the shooter went up, and then he went up and just punched the shot.
Paul knocked away, picked up Chichester, tries to flip it up, foul called. And I believe it's going to be on Butler. 9:15 left to go here in this first quarter, and the RazorSharks fans not really used to this. This is not something that happens a lot. They are down by 11.
It's a little quiet in here right now. They need to make some plays, get the crowd back in to get a little energy back in this place.
Chichester at the free throw line. His first free throw is good. So Sidney Holmes will take a seat. Jordan Riley will come in for him. And Devereaux Biggs will wait because he will be coming in for possibly the shooter, Josh Chichester.
Well, hopefully Jordan can pick up where he left off. He scored 5 quick points, but then picked up 2 quick fouls and ended up sitting most of that first quarter.
Second free throw in and out, no good for Chichester. 9:10 left to go here in this first half. Rochester trailing by 10. Watto. Back over. Crawford for 3. High arcing, no good. Rebounded by Josh Chichester. Back the other way come the RazorSharks. John Ivey. Corner of McGill working down low. Raley, one-on-one. Turnaround jumper, front rim no good. Knocked out of bounds, and Butler went for it, saved it to himself. Over to Johnson. He's fouled, blocking, and that one is going to be on Melvin Council. And now it gets a little testy. As Butler and Raley get into it.
And John Ivey having a few words to say also.
Yeah. Boy, that was an uncomfortable, tense moment. We'll be back with more Rochester RazorSharks basketball.
Standing partner of the Rochester RazorSharks and the Don't Fall Out program, Bryant and Stratton College. The Rochester RazorSharks would like to thank the Stock Exchange and the First Federal Plaza for providing meals to our players during training camps for the past 5 seasons. Fans, the next RazorShark game, they're back in action this Saturday, February 25th, 7 p.m. as they host the Ohio Bootleggers. That's this Saturday, 7 p.m. right here at the Blue Cross Arena. John Betlam Heating and Cooling, family owned and operated since 1941. Celebrating 75 years of serving Rochester and surrounding towns. Call 271-8888 for all of your indoor comfort needs, or visit them on the web at 271-8888.com.
You got a $100 bill, get your hands up. You got a $50 bill, get your hands up. You got a $20 bill, get your hands up. You got a $10 bill, get your hands up. Single ladies, I can't hear y'all. Single ladies, make noise. Single ladies, I can't hear y'all. Single ladies, make noise. All the chicken heads, be quiet. All the chicken heads.
Back here live at the Blue Cross Arena, 10-point lead for the Mavericks over the Rochester RazorSharks. As you can see, kids off all week. February recess. Nice crowd on hand here for President's Day. Tariq Spence, John Boone with you today. So for this 10-point lead for the Mavericks, it doesn't take much to decode the scorecard. That first half, you mentioned it, a lot of turnovers and being out-rebounded led to a lead for the Mavericks, and they've just added to it, John.
Yeah, it hasn't changed. They're still, turning the ball over some, and Kentucky's doing a great job of attacking the glass and getting offensive rebounds and creating second opportunities. And it's and the other thing that the offensive rebounds do is it doesn't allow Rochester to do what they like to do, and that's get out and run. Because you got to take the ball out, it slows things down, and they just don't get a chance to get that transition game going. And Kentucky's doing a great job of getting back too, even when they've had some opportunities to try to run. Kentucky's done a good job with their transition defense.
1 of 2 for Johnson as the Mavericks go back up by 11. McGill with it, trying to find somebody. Gets it to Biggs. Biggs, one-on-one. Gets it over Ivy. Thought about a 3, 5 on the shot clock. Scoop layup, no good. Rebounded by Johnson. Trying to wrestle people away from it. And it's a foul called on John Ivy.
Got a little frustration there. Missed the jump shot and reached in afterwards.
So with 8:15 left to go here in this first half, the Rochester RazorSharks have not been able to find their offense. This is how surprised I am. They've scored 1 point thus far in the second quarter.
And we're almost 4 minutes in.
Jackson lost it, saved it. Johnson down low. Waddell, easy lay-in. Good communication, good passing. Kentucky is in sync right now.
They got out of sorts there. Jordan kind of had to try to guard 2 people down there, and you can't guard 2 that close to the basket.
Ball's being spread around. Biggs met with Crawford. Rarely gets Butler out of that paint. Down low, McGill, turnaround jumper is in and out, no good. And they fight for the rebound amongst themselves. Do the Mavericks to come down with it?
And Coach Iverson switched the offense that got him going in the third quarter the other night. He's got, only 1 big on the floor with 4 guys out, and they got the shot they wanted with a nice look at the basket. Just McGill couldn't make it.
Crawford knocked away. Butler got it with 1 second to go on the shot clock.
Yeah, that's the way things are going right now. McGill does a nice job of knocking the ball away. Unfortunately, it goes right to Butler, and he makes a shot.
Johnson able to knock that away. It looked like it was going to be a Melvin Council 3 in the corner had he not done that. 7:02 left to go here in the first half, and the Rochester RazorSharks are looking at a 15-point deficit.
And Coach Iverson just talking to the guys on the floor right now. And again, the whole thing is they're getting some good looks and they're not making them. And then on the defensive end, they have one little breakdown and Kentucky makes them pay for it.
So he didn't make any substitutions. He just made his point to his 5 guys on the court. There's sort of the rest of the team listening along. So he's keeping them out there. Council, McGill, Ivy, Biggs, and Rayleigh.
And again, the other day they were struggling offensively. He took, the 1 big off the floor and just went with 4 guards or wing players, and we're able to spread Chautauqua out and get a lot of easy looks. And looks like he's trying to do the same thing here.
Rayleigh backing down Butler, swings it out. Council thought about a 3, driving in, swings it back out. McGill will take the 3. That's no good. Tipped around, and a foul call. Is it going to be on Rayleigh?
No. They got Butler.
Oh, Butler this time.
The other thing I like about this when they spread the floor out like this is it gives Jordan a lot more room in the paint to move around, and you get spacing on the perimeter for the guards to get open threes. Or as Melvin did there, guy runs out hard at him, he's able to shot fake and go by him.
Ball stolen away. Crawford. Biggs got back on defense and took a gamble that paid off.
But like you said, that length is really causing issues right now.
Corey Ullman and Jerice Crouch back in the game. So is James Helton. And it'll be Biggs, Iverson, Biggs, Ivy, as Chris Iverson's making the changes, and Council to come out. Butler, 3. That jumper's no good. Rebounded Helton back the other way. Still 6:36 left to go here in the first half. Corey Ullman, Jerice Crouch. Dribbles away with Jackson on him. Staying with him step for step.
Yeah, they're doing a great job of not giving Corey any room coming off of screens.
And, really hit the deck. I don't know what it was, but he's hit the deck and he's hurt. And a fast break opportunity for the Mavericks. He did not get up very fast, and he is hobbling. I'm not sure what it was.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I just saw him go down.
Trainer's coming out now to take a look at him. I didn't see anything.
Well, here on the replay. Oh, he runs.
That was a body. Yeah, that was
right into Waddle.
Yeah.
Right on the hip, it looks like he got it.
Trying to box out Rayleigh, and it's right to the knee. And it just looked awkward. It looked awkward because he didn't see it coming.
Waddle's not a small guy. He's
Yeah.
a pretty solid built guy. You run into him, even for as big as Jordan, you kind of stopped him.
Yeah. Well, Jordan didn't see it, too, and that's
Right.
kind of like a try getting hit with without knowing it's coming. Crawford, reverse layup, gets it to go, and the Mavericks continue to add.
Just nice patient move. Came off the screen, kind of read the defense, and was able to get by and get to the basket.
McGill, Helton in the corner. Allman, Coker, jumper. Front rim, no good. So one and done possession for the RazorSharks.
And the problem there, you had no one in around the basket for offensive rebounding because the guy who's supposed to be around the basket's the one taking the jump shot.
Crawford, jumper. That went straight up and straight down for Robert Crawford.
Well, he puts a lot of arc on his jump shots.
He
Oh,
does.
my goodness.
No one's blocking it, I'll tell you that. Allman off the dribble. In the corner, McGill. Pull-up jumper is good. So Rashad McGill from the perimeter.
You just got to keep doing things like that, making jump shots, and then down here, get some stops.
Down low. Crawford working against Allman. And they're going to say travel on Crawford.
Took a hop and a step there.
4:58 left to go here in the first half. Rochester RazorSharks looking at a 15-point deficit. Can they cut it down before the end of the first half? We'll find out next in the Rochester RazorSharks Broadcast Network.
Sponsor of your Rochester RazorSharks. Stop into Joe's Crab Shack for $2 Tuesdays and all-you-can-eat shrimp every Wednesday. Panther Graphics. If you have printing needs, you can trust that Panther Graphics will have the job done right. Proudly located at 465 Central Avenue in Rochester, Panther is your source for quality marketing materials, brochures, packaging, and more. Visit panthergraphics.net or call 546-7163 to start your next project with Panther Graphics. The proof is in the print.
You already know what it is. Silent talk, silent talk, silent talk. Go and do it for me. Now watch me whip, kill it. Now watch me nay. Okay. Now watch me whip. Watch me nay. Why me do it? Now watch me whip, kill it. Watch me nay. Okay. Now watch me whip. Watch me nay. Can you do it? Now watch me. Ooh, watch me. Watch me. Ooh, watch me. Watch me. Ooh, watch me. Watch me. Ooh, okay. Ooh, okay. Ooh, watch me. Watch me. Ooh, watch me. Watch me. Watch me. Watch me.
Back here live at the Blue Cross Arena, Kids Day, as they are off all this week for February recess. So one of the events they get to come to is the RazorShark game today here at the Blue Cross Arena. Kind of shocking to see Rochester down by this much for this long, John. Listen, they've come across a lot of good teams throughout the year, but it is a 15-point deficit right now with 4:58 left to go here in the first half. What do you see thus far, John?
Well, you said the kids are off. Their offense is off. They haven't been able to make open shots, and they've had a lot of turnovers.
Jerice Crouch driving to the hole, draws the foul on the layup. Jackson sort of got sandwiched there for the Mavericks. Hard to keep up with Jerice Crouch one-on-one, and definitely hard to do it when a couple picks are being set for him.
Well, and then whoever switches out on him is going to be a mismatch with Jerice's speed. But these are the things they need to do. Get to the free throw line, make some open jump shots, and then down at the other end, shore up the defense a little bit, keep them away from the basket, and stop letting them have second chances when they do miss.
A lot of press here. Will it result in a turnover? A lot of contact. The Mavericks still keep it. Johnson. Can't hang on the cylinder. Can't hang on the cylinder for that one. The Mavericks wanted a foul. The tip in. Was that goaltending?
Yeah, it was offensive basket interference. because he was hanging on the rim when he.
Yeah, I thought so, but it seems as if.
Yeah, they wanted a foul on the play.
That was a very bizarre exchange. For a minute there, I thought they were going to count it. I'm like, how could you here? Where he's on the rim. I know he put the shot up. Can I put it in? No, you can't do that.
Dele did a nice job of rotating over, preventing the dunk. And then Johnson, hanging on the rim, tried to tap it back in.
4:30 left to go here in this first half. Crouch swings it back out. McGill thought about a three. Coker had it, goes through the hands, and a foul. Oh. And so
foul on Waddle.
Waddle will collect that one. He doesn't want it, but he's going to have to take it. Sidney Holmes in. Rashad McGill will take a seat for Rochester. $13-point lead for Rochester. I've never seen them score this little in the first half, even with 4 minutes left to go. That's no good, as Coker was going for the hook shot.
Yeah, like
under 30.
Yeah, I mean, I like, Dele trying to make a move there, but, kick it back out, repost if you have to. Because once he started making that move, everybody was standing around watching him.
That was an errant pass and miscommunication between Jackson and Waddle. And Jackson knows he's coming out.
They've kind of kept him in check. He's their leading scorer. But it's been picked up by other guys, definitely, for Kentucky.
So Filia come in. Allman thought about a three, then Crawford came out to see him. Crouch will take the two. That's no good. Foul call. We'll see who it's on. And it looks like it's going to be on Sanders.
Kind of caught him on the way by here.
As came out and touched. Yeah, I can't. Don't touch the guy. If you're not going to block it, why would you get in contact with him?
That's the old playground trick.
Yeah, it is. Unfortunately.
Punch the guy in the gut a little bit. That's what my dad used to do to me in the driveway all the time.
But you still made the shot, though.
As I got older, I did. Not when I was younger. I get mad at him. When I was little, I get mad at him. But as I got older, yeah.
It can work in the playground because there's no ref. Or actually, there's actually 10 refs.
Yeah, depending on what playground.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And so Jarice Crouch able to cut it down to a 12-point deficit. Johnson tipped away
trap.
Holmes. Almost had it off the fingertips, goes out of bounds. It will remain Mavericks basketball.
Yeah, that was good defense there. Able to force Kentucky to catch it just across half court. Now you pick up the two defenders of the half court line and the sideline. Good trap there.
Crawford to inbounds. Filia with it. Crawford steps away, nearly stolen, picked up by Devon.
And again, that just kind of summarizes what happens. A near steal ends up in a basket for Kentucky.
Gerald Devon extends it back up to a 14-point lead. Knocked away, pass off of Holmes' hands. Back up the court come the Mavericks running and gunning. Baseline stolen away, foul. Coker was fouled. 23, that's going to be on Johnson.
Well, every time the whistle blows, Waddle looks like me.
I want to stay in this game.
Hey, he gets nervous every time the whistle blows.
Well, he was in the area, but he didn't commit the foul. Yeah. Boy, this the crowd not into it. Not into it at all. And you've said this before. You want your home crowd up and ready for you. The RazorSharks have to put together a run here with 3:14 left to go here in the first half. Get them back into it. Get that offense moving again, or Kentucky is going to come all the way for a win up here.
Yeah, they you got to do something to get the crowd back into it.
Allman with the offensive rebound. Council, can he cash it in? No. Rebounded by Crawford. Shooting for the RazorSharks, not looking good. Crawford, pull-up jumper. Can't get it to go. Rebound, Coker back the other way.
Good defense.
Less than 3 minutes left to go. 13-point lead for the Mavericks. Allman. Johnson right there. Swings it. Coker, scoop layup. Can't get it to go. Boy, it's like a lid on the rim for the RazorSharks.
Yeah, you'd like to see Dele maybe come down with it and go up a little bit stronger.
Timeout.
But Kentucky does a great job defensively. They've seen Rochester and making switches on the defensive end, kind of confusing guys a little bit for Rochester right now.
2:31 left to go here in the first half. We'll be back with the rest of the first half. Rochester RazorSharks trying to dig out of a deficit, still down by 13. We'll be back here on the Rochester RazorSharks Broadcast Network.
Dance Cam, come on! There we go, come on! Get up and dance, everybody, come on! Get on the dance cam. There you go. Shaking those fins. You guys got the boogie shoes on. Come on, dance it up. There we go. All right. Not sure what that is, but it's fun. There we go. We're making a dance game. Come on, have some fun. You're on break. Come on, kids, get up. Shake it. Nice job. Give yourselves a round of applause.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a Jazzy Fizzle production. The princess is here. This beat is
Automatic, supersonic, hypnotic, funky, fresh.
Back at live at the Blue Cross Arena, 2:30 left to go here in the first half. Rochester and Kentucky. Mavericks with a 13-point lead. And three by Johnson's no good. Crouch able to get the rebound.
Well, when your shooting percentage is near how many points you have, you know it's not a good half.
Crouch can't get it to go. He thought he was fouled. No call by the refs. Back the other way come the Mavericks.
Rochester shooting 24% on the offensive end.
As Sidney Holmes able to knock that one away. Allman, a free three. Thank you for coming. Can't leave Corey Allman open. You can't let him get hot either. Rochester able to cut that 15-point deficit down to 10 with that three there. Full timeout by the Mavericks. And so with 1:51 left to go, start thinking to yourself, okay, Rochester offense hasn't been going too well. Trying to get some points in bunches here. Trying to get the right combination. Corey Allman heating up is a good combination.
Well, one of the few times you've been able to see Rochester get out in transition and be able to find guys open in transition. And obviously it's a point of emphasis because as soon as for Kentucky, because as soon as Corey hit that three, there was a timeout from the Kentucky bench. And the coach was not too happy for Kentucky after that three was made by Corey. But those are the kinds of plays that you want to see Rochester do. They got to try to get those transition baskets. And, you know, to Kentucky's defense, they've done a great job of playing transition defense and getting back and not allowing Corey or James or Melvin or any of these guys kind of to get off from the three-point line in transition. Kentucky's done a really good job of finding these guys.
So for Kentucky right now, they had as a lead as big as 15, had to cut down now to 10. And with 1:51 left to go, the RazorSharks, whose offense I've never seen this low before. And this is Kentucky's game right here. I mean, they're playing low scoring, high defense, resulting in a lot of turnovers. I think it's is it 10 or more? Maybe more than 10 now?
Yeah, 11 turnovers.
11 turnovers for the RazorSharks.
But you're seeing Kentucky, part of the struggle for Rochester is Kentucky's done a great job of switching on defense and making it difficult for Rochester to get those open looks.
Filia down low, Waddle working against Holmes, able to get the 2.
Well,
so out of the timeout, gotta love those, Coach. They run them just the way you call it.
Yeah, that he's a load down there. I mean, he's got good feet, good hands, and able to work his way to the basket and score there.
Holmes, Coker, lost it, traveled. Yeah, he lost the basketball and took another step. And ref saw it right there on the baseline.
I'd like to see Dele kind of stay more around the block area and let these 4 guys work around him, which could open some things up for Corey or Melvin or Jerice on the perimeter.
Down low, Waddle gets it. Holmes on him. 1 minute left to go here, first half. Waddle scoop layup, goes around the rim and in.
And you'd like to, you may have to make the adjustment where you got to try to double and get the ball out of his hands somehow. But again, that can open up other things if you do that.
Holmes, scoop layup, no good. Boy, it's a tough go of it. Rochester had it down by 10. Mavericks come up to 14 now. 32 seconds left to go. Stolen away. Coker. He got it. Lost it behind his back. Back up the court come the Mavericks. They have a 3-on-2. Crawford for 3. Ouch!
Well, again, Dele had his head down. He didn't see that he had Melvin with him, and it could have been a layup for Rochester. Instead, it's a turnover and ends up with a 3 at the other end.
17-point lead after the timeout. 5 seconds left to go in the first half. Swinging out. Coker locked away. 1 second heave. Doesn't go. So what was a 10-point deficit turns into a 17-point deficit with the Mavericks coming right back in that last minute and 51 to put 7 unanswered points on the board. I have never seen the RazorSharks score only 30 points over 2 quarters of basketball.
Well, a lot of credit goes to Kentucky. Defensively, they've done a lot of good things, and like I said, switching out on shooters, not allowing. Corey got open for the 1, but other than that, it's been a tough go offensively for Rochester.
Halftime score: Mavericks 47, RazorSharks 30. We'll be back. Break down a few stats coming up in a matter of moments. Here on the Rochester RazorSharks Broadcast Network.
You got a guest?
Close. I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. I can't stop the feeling.
Let's hear for the Lady Sharks and the Little Lady Sharks. Very nice. All right, ladies and gentlemen, for President's Day today, very special presentation. The Greater Rochester Robotics Club's here. And let's hear for Ellen. Ellen's going to explain what's going on here.
Hi. We are Greater Rochester Robotics. We're from Churchill Tri High School. Every year we get a new game where we have to build a robot that can compete in this game. And we are on a court with 5 other robots. every year the game is different. This is the high school level. There's 3 other levels. There is FLL, which is First Lego League for a lot of the younger children, elementary kids. There is FTC, which is a high school team. And there's Junior FLL for the little kids. So this is our robot from last year. And we have modified it a little bit so that it can shoot baskets. All of these kids are in high school, and in a few weeks we will be competing at RIT at the Finger Lakes Regional. It is free to the public, so if you'd like to come out and join us, you can do that. It is at the Gordon Field House, and you will see a lot of really cool robots doing really cool things.
Give them all a round of applause. Thank you, guys. Anybody who signed up for Simon Says, we're going on the floor now. I'd like to introduce to you the real Simon Says, Simon Hyman from New York City. He was a finalist on America's Got Talent. All right, we need kids on one side, we need adults on the other side. Adults, stop here. All adults over with me. Lady Sharks. Yes. Who else can we get to play? Come on. It's a game. Anybody else want to play? Bring them on. All right, we need adults on this side. Where'd all the parents go? Where'd all my adults go? We're going to split it, yeah. You want to split it in half? Okay, no, kids on one side, adults on the other, please. Mascots, Rex, Moose, Spikes. I'd like to thank you all for coming, having fun with Finley. All right, Simon, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Good afternoon, RazorSharks fans. How you doing? So, I play the game Simon Says. The winner of my game is going to get a prize today. It's going to be the kids against the adults. Who you think is going to win? So let's do a practice game, everybody. The game is Simon Says. So Simon Says, everybody stand up. Simon Says, practice round. Simon Says, put your hands up. And Simon Says, put your hands down. Simon Says, say, I love the RazorSharks. Put your hand up. No, Simon did not say. Only when Simon says. Now, when you get out, you go to the side until there's one kid left and one adult left. Here we go. Simon Says, put your hands up. Simon Says, put your hands up. That's not up, that's down. You're out. Go to the side. Go to the side. Simon Says, jump once. Clap once. Whoever clapped, go to the side, please. Simon Says, breathe in. Simon Says, breathe out. Touch your head. If you touch your head, please go to the side. Please go to the side. Everybody take one step forward. Simon didn't say. You gotta go to the side. You gotta go to the side. Simon Says, clap once. Simon Says, tap your head. Simon Says, stop. Hand down. Out, 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 out. Let's play with the adults here. Simon Says, put your hands down. Simon Says, come over here. Stop. Out.
Put one hand up. Out, out. Now put one hand up. Simon says now put one hand down. Out, 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 out. Out. Shake my hand. Simon says shake my hand. Very good. Take one step forward. Simon says come over here. Stop. Simon says stop. Out. Goodbye. You're the man. Give me 5. Simon says touch your stomach. Rub your stomach. Out. Simon says rub your stomach. Simon says stop. Hand up. Simon says put your hand down. Out. Out. I said down. Simon says come over here. Stop. Simon says stop. Put your hand up. Simon says put your hand down. Out. Shake my hand. Out. You move. Simon says goodbye. Simon said what is your name? Angel what? Very good. Come over here. No. Simon didn't say. Oh. Simon said move over. Simon said move over. Move over. Stop. Simon didn't say. Simon said stand over here. Simon said put your hands down. Simon says everybody take one step forward. Simon said breathe in. Simon said breathe out. Everyone take one step back. Oh, Simon didn't say. Go to the side. Simon says everyone take 3 steps back. Simon says if you're over the age of 12 years old, Simon says come over here right now. If you're 12 years old. Simon says if you're 12 years old, come over here. The rest of you, everyone give them a hand, please. Simon said put one hand up. Wave it. Go sit down. Go sit down. Give me 5. Simon said give me 5. Harder. Very good. Put your hand down. No, Simon didn't say. Simon said put your hand down. What is your name?
Jalen.
Louder.
Jalen.
Simon didn't say to say it louder. Oh. Simon says come over here. Stop.
I went to the moped
Out.
store. What's uppers?
Simon says come over here.
What up?
Stop.
What's your budget? And
Simon
I'm
says
like,
stop.
honestly,
Hand
I
up.
don't know nothing
Out.
about mopeds. He said,
Simon said what is your name?
Follow me.
Quincy.
Louder.
Quincy.
No, Simon didn't say to say it louder.
Windshield.
That's upset. Simon said come over here.
On 2 wheels.
Stop.
On the cash,
Out.
hell of a deal. I'm headed.
Simon said both of you come over here.
Through the alley.
Simon says come over here.
In the street like
Simon says come over here. Stop. Out.
to the ballet.
Simon says come over here.
On the wheels like
Simon says stand right over here. 4 against 4. Simon says what is your name? Nubia. What is it? Good job. Come over here. Out. Simon didn't say. Simon says say quack quack. Very good. What is your name? Simon says your name.
Alyssa.
Alyssa what? Come here. Out. We have 2 mascots. Simon says name. Simon says rub your stomach, all of you. Simon says rub your stomach. Stop. Simon says stop. Hand up. Very good. Come over here. Out. Oh. Simon says wish each other good luck. Shake hands. Simon says shake hands. Simon says shake fast. Simon says stop. Hand up. Very good. Come over here. Out. Come over here. You're going to be in the finals. Simon says shake hands. Simon says stop. Both of you look at me. Simon says both of you look at each other. You're both out. Winner right here. Winner right over here. Give her a hand. Good job. What is your name? Simon says, what is your name?
Mari.
Mari is our winner. Simon says, everyone give Mari a hand, please. Good luck to the RazorSharks. Thank you.
Let's hear it for Simon Hyman. Very nice. Fans, remember the RazorSharks are home again this Saturday, the 25th, 7 p.m. as they host the Ohio Bootleggers. Our next home game this Saturday at 7 at the Blue Cross Arena. Don't miss it. Jennifer Merciani, I believe it is. You're going to be our contestant in the 4th quarter for the 30-second shooting contest. Jennifer, I can't read your last name. Starts with an M. Your birthday is February 10th, Jennifer. If your birthday is February 10th, Jennifer, you're in our 30-second shooting contest in the 4th quarter. Come down to the Shark bench to confirm. But Jennifer, born February 10th, just had a birthday. I cannot read your last name. It starts with an M. I know that. You're going to be our contestant.
This girl, this beautiful girl with eyes the size of the oceans. This man, this beautiful man, he's got this mixed up emotions. I want it, can't have it, oh I can hardly stand it. Oh, what's a man to do? Gotta get up, I gotta get up. Gotta get up, I gotta get up. Gotta get up, I gotta get up. Na 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 na. Gotta get up, I gotta get up. Gotta get up, I gotta get up. Gotta get up, I gotta get up. Na 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 na.
Head, shoulders, knees, toes, look alive. It's time to go. Head, shoulders, knees, toes, look alive. It's time to go. Head, shoulders, knees, toes, look alive. It's time to go. Head, shoulders, knees, toes, look alive. It's time to go.
Baby, this is what you came for. Lightning strikes every time she moves, and everybody's watching her, but she's looking at you.
Welcome back to Blue Cross Arena for the second half of this game between the Rochester RazorSharks, 8-1 on the year, taking on the Kentucky Mavericks, also 8-1 on the year. Rochester's lone loss of the year coming to this Maverick team in Kentucky. This time around, it's at the Blue Cross Arena, and the stats don't lie. John, that's not what you want to lead in. Turnovers, lose rebounds, and assists. And, of course, the lead, 17-point deficit now with the Mavericks in the lead.
And a lot of those stats, do tell the story, but even crazier is Rochester was 3 of 18 in that second quarter. The only 3 they made was that one that Corey made near the end of the quarter, where Kentucky was 10 of 18 in the second quarter. They were 8 of 10 around the basket. And you get a lot of shots like that around the basket, you can get a 17-point lead. And again, Rochester's still turning the ball over. They had 6 more turnovers to add to the 7 that they had in the first quarter. They got 13 for the game. And when you're turning the ball over, you're getting less chances to score and giving the other team more chances to score, and that's what's happened.
For the RazorSharks, they only scored 18 points in that first quarter, 12 in the second quarter. I've just never seen it that low for consecutive quarters. Can they turn it around, John? Can they get that offense moving with Corey Allman, Jerice Crouch, James Helton out on the court with Dele Coker and Jordan Raley?
Well, they had some good looks. They just didn't make shots, and so they got to start making the looks that they get and keep Kentucky away from the basket like this with Waddle.
That shot is awkward, almost went in. Butler cleans it up and gets the 2.
Another offensive rebound. They did a good job in the second quarter of limiting offensive rebounds for Kentucky, but give up one here to start the third.
Gerald Devon was the leading scorer for the Kentucky Mavericks. He had 11 points, 10 points each for Crawford and Waddle.
Yeah, Waddle had 8 of that 10 in the second quarter. And a lot of them in the last 6 minutes there when Kentucky built that 17-point lead.
Rochester's Corey Ullman and Jerice Crouch, 7 points apiece to lead the way for Rochester in scoring. And I believe that is against Rochester.
Yeah, Dele.
Not sure exactly what it was. Dele's not arguing it. I think he knows he did it. It was just a matter of double checking that. Oh, I'm sorry. It went the other way. So Dele accepting that it was him, but it wasn't. It was Butler.
They said he got a little physical with the cutter and called the foul there. Similar to what we saw in the first quarter. They come out kind of calling things a little close here.
But Dele had me confused that he did something wrong. He didn't even argue it. And it turns out it was the wrong he's 44 and it was 45.
It was the forearm he gave Dele is what the foul was. It wasn't the forearm on the cut. As you can see in the replay there, he kind of gives Dele a little extra shove after James came by.
And so Butler talks it over with the refs. It's all sorted out now, and Rochester has possession. Crouch with it, hesitates, loses it, gets it back, and the shot goes in. Lost the handle for a little bit, but still remain focused on the shot.
And the way Kentucky plays that ball screen, they don't get up and hedge it, and it's allowed Rochester guards to be able to turn the corner. Just got to, hopefully keep making baskets like that.
Waddle, pull-up jumper, no good. Rebound by Jackson. Putback is good. No one there.
2 possessions, 2 straight offensive rebounds. Got to limit them to 1 shot if you want to make a comeback. And you got lots of time.
Crouch out to Raley. Raley, 3-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Butler. Cleans it up. Over to Jackson. Will get it across midcourt. It is a 19-point lead.
Don't give him a basket yet.
Yeah. See the way they're running that offense. Raley with the steal. Crouch with the scoop layup. Can't get it to go, but a foul on Jackson.
Good take. Defense never really stopped them from getting at the basket. Would like to have seen Jerice make it, though, to have a 3-point opportunity.
Anthony Jackson's a great player. He's just having a tough time here today.
Yeah, he's their leading scorer, second on the team in assists. And just really, yeah, you're right, he really hasn't gotten it going. But other guys have obviously stepped up to fill that void.
Filio come in for Jackson. So Jackson still got the rest of that second half to sort of bring it all together. He'll talk with Coach right now about it. Sort of calm him down. I mean, for a good player, you never really give up on him, Coach. I mean,
no.
You'll see Jackson with the opportunity later in the game to maybe make a difference. Right now, it's the Mavericks in control of this game. Poked away by Coker. Gets it back. Crouch, pull-up jumper. Nope, try to get it to Coker running. Past the Maverick to Butler.
And the second time today you've seen Jerice there get caught in the air and not being able to do anything and causes a turnover.
Filia over to Waddell. They say he traveled. And so he made the move, but too many steps.
He kind of shuffled his feet when he was catching the pass.
9:54 left to go here, third quarter. 17-point lead. RazorSharks offense really hasn't even showed up today.
No, they've struggled trying to get shots off. And when they have taken shots, they've been contested. And any open looks they've had, they haven't made. So, yeah, it's been a struggle all the way around offensively so far. But like I said, there's lots of time to turn this around.
Crouch with it. Off the pick. Pull-up jumper. No good. Rebounded by Johnson. Filia now will dribble past Jerice all over him. Layup blocked there by Raley. Back the other way come the RazorSharks.
Good help, D. Like to see something here in transition.
Can't get it to go. Knocked away. Crawford with it, able to squeeze through and pass Raley to get that rebound. Johnson gets it back. Butler can't get it to go. Off the rim. Rebounded by Helton.
shot that James had last possession. Those are the shots you're used to seeing Rochester make in transition.
Off glass, can't get it to go. The offense just, I'm not sure what this is. It's a lot of missed layups, Sean. That way on the other end, the Mavericks.
Well, like I said, it's a lot of the shots that we're used to seeing guys make that they're not making today. And, part of it is the defensive pressure that Kentucky's, we talked about it in the first half about they get their hands on a lot of passes and they've contested a lot of shots.
Filia with the basketball, really on him. He'll try a three. That's no good front rim. Tried to tip it away. Butler gets it down low. Waddle on the foul. It's going to be either Crouch or Delay.
Yeah, Crouch got caught behind him and trying to reach through him to get his hand on the ball. A bounce pass there is a layup, but luckily he didn't throw one, and they're able to get another defensive possession here. Nice move.
Boy, I
nice
tell you.
Move by Waddle.
And it's a lot of communication, a lot of post-play work. Waddle's got a lot of weapons.
Yeah, he's just, like I said, he got great feet, good hands, and he just finds a way to get at the basket.
Helton lost it but got it back. Allman now with it, trying to squeeze through the defense. Pull-up jumper is good.
And it doesn't matter who's guarding Waddle. I mean, he had Rayleigh on him that time. He's, had different guys on him, and he finds a way to get at the basket, whether you're 6'5" or 6'11".
Crawford almost had the shooter's roll there, but it glides off the side of the rim. Crouch going right at him. No good, no foul call. Knocked out of bounds, but saved there. Crawford. And Allman commits the foul.
And Corey gave up the foul instead of letting it be a 3-on-1 fast break.
7:43 left to go here in the third quarter. And Filia, this is just to slow the pace down here, because the Mavericks did have the numbers.
Yeah, sometimes you take that foul just to prevent the layup. And with a 3-on-1 break, there would have definitely been a foul there.
Filia with the basketball, running the play. Johnson, Waddle, working against Rayleigh. Double team comes over, swinging it around. Crawford for three, again.
They made a change defensively there. They weren't going to let Waddle get to the basket. They doubled, and the rotation was just a little bit slow around. Another wide open three.
Rayleigh going against Waddle. Rayleigh working, off glass, can't get it to go, but gets the draw of the foul. 20-point lead for the Mavericks. And right here you have on the replay, Rayleigh. Nice move, just couldn't get it to drop. You want a foul and a hand one on that one.
Yeah, and Waddle again. Every time the whistle blows, he's surprised when there's a foul called, especially when it's on him. But he kind of got a little bit too much body there when Jordan was trying to get the shot up.
Rayleigh's free throw no good. Game not over. We still got 7:12 left to go here in the third quarter. Far from it.
Just needs something to get guys excited, to get the crowd going again. But Kentucky's done a lot of this, to the Rochester crowd and to the RazorSharks.
Well-deserved rest for Johnson and Waddle. They'll take a seat. Rayleigh free throw is no good. Put back by Allman off glass and in for two. So Rayleigh couldn't get it from the line, but Allman got the offensive rebound and put back.
Ooh, travel.
Yeah.
Yep.
Overthinking it. Little pressure can do that to you.
Yeah, get you, a little out of your rhythm a little bit, and that was a nice little gift turnover. Now they just got to make something happen out of it.
Crouch with it. Over to Allman. Down low. Coker. Turnaround. Gets it to go.
Yeah, it's a mismatch there. Deli's too strong.
Nice hook shot there.
He's too strong for Christian down on the block.
It's about matchups. You want the right one. Helton Swings it over. Crawford, another three. That's no good. And foul call. They're going to get Christian?
Yep.
Yep, they are. Trying to control Coker.
They're grabbing Dele on the way by, trying to get the rebound.
6:35 left to go here in this third quarter. RazorSharks down by 16. And so it's 1-1.
Bonus.
Well, bonus time. Okay. So that puts Dele Coker at the free throw line. This is a tough hole for the RazorSharks to get out of in a position they're not really in a lot.
No, they haven't been in this position at home in a long time, that's for sure. Need your bigs to make free throws, though.
First one no good for Dele. Front one no good.
It's a lost possession there.
And they're going to get Helton. And James Helton gets called for the foul as Crawford.
And you're starting to see a little frustration with Rochester. You got to just relax, understand there's a lot of time left, and just keep playing.
Crawford to inbounds, does so. 6:30 left to go here in this game. RazorSharks going to have to find a way to cut into this lead. Crawford drives right through. Extra pass for Butler.
Oh, nice block by Jordan.
Put back by Crawford, no good. Rebound, Christian had it. Butler had it. Wrestled away. Dele Coker comes away with it. Crouch swings it over, down low. Knocked away and stolen. Off to the races come the Mavericks. Pull-up jumper. No good front rim. Coker skies for it. Rebound. Corey Ullman. Thought about transition three. Gives it up for Crouch. Can't get it to go. Back the other way come the Mavericks. Running and gunning. Here comes Christian. Blocked, but a foul.
A lot of ball there by Dele. He said he got him on the side of the head.
And with 5:43 left to go here in the game, Christian goes up. That's an arm. We'll be back with Kentucky leading by 16 on the Rochester RazorSharks Broadcast Network. Back here live at the Blue Cross Arena, 16-point lead for the Mavericks of Kentucky. 56-42 Spence. John Boone with you today.
25% shooting still for the RazorSharks. It's hard to dig out of a hole if you can't make shots.
It's tough when you can't make any shots and the defense is like no other team you've faced before. I've never seen a team get that frustrating for the RazorSharks. They are not able to get any comfortable-looking shots.
Well, they've obviously done a good job of scouting. They recognize a lot of the things that Rochester wants to do, and they're doing a good job of taking it away.
The only open shot that I saw the RazorSharks make was actually Corey Ullman's three. And as soon as that happened, Kentucky took a timeout.
And then went on like a 7-0 run to end the half.
Ullman stolen away. Good defense again by Kentucky.
Boy, they get their hands on a lot of basketballs. I mean, if you kept a stat on the stat sheet of tip balls, Kentucky would have a ton of them. That's for sure. I know some coaches do keep that as a stat because they like to see that with their defense.
I was about to say, isn't that part of the sabermetrics or something, or is it a Patino thing?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Well, I know Patino was one of the first ones to really start charting that. But yeah, it could be a part.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a stat I don't really. Until you just said it, I'm like, that is a really important stat to just deflect away and create a turnover off a deflection. Now, it's a good old-fashioned steal, but, not a lot of turnovers are just based on good old-fashioned steals. There are tip-aways and disruptive plays.
Right. Well, the other thing that coaches like to see with tips, it tells you how aggressive you're being on defense. They like, if you pride yourself on pressure and you're not getting any tips, then obviously you weren't playing, a lot of the pressure defense you want.
Holmes to inbounds. Crouch, Allman, Rayleigh, and Boone Council. Melvin. Allman for three. Can't get it to go. Tipped away, almost into the basket, but then blocked by Butler, stolen away. Christian Crawford one-on-one with Crouch. Easy.
Yeah, it's a
mismatch.
Mismatch for Jerice there.
21-point lead for the Mavericks. RazorSharks are trying to come up with a combination that works to try to cut into this lead, and all the Mavericks have done is add to it.
Every
Council.
Every time it looks like Rochester's going to make a move, Kentucky has an answer and then some.
Back to 19 with 4:20 left to go here in the third quarter.
Well, this is the end of the floor where they got to keep playing and hopefully get some stops and get back into it too.
Reverse layup and in for two. Excuse me, baseline layup. Zola. And they're getting a lot of production from their bench.
Yeah.
Which is huge. Something the RazorSharks, as Jerice banks that in for two. Something the RazorSharks have been known to do to other opponents. The Mavericks have been able to do to them here today.
Well, Vazola comes in, he averages.
Oh. That is a hell of a pass and a hell of a finish there by Christian. And a celebratory one because Crouch collects the foul. He'll come out. Ivy will get in. A missed assignment.
Yeah, just a nice little backdoor cut there and wide open. And I think he kind of surprised some people with the finish. Definitely went strong to the basket.
Christian can't get it to go. Butler with the rebound and foul, and they're going to get it on him. 3:33 left to go here in the third quarter. And Devon wants to come in, and he's got to have to wait. So refs are not going to let him come in right now. He would come in for Butler, so Butler will stay in.
They'll get him in on the free throw here. Butler playing a lot more minutes than what he averages, and I think part of it is because of his size, he's more effective against Rochester's size, and he's done a very good job of being active.
And now they want Sidney Holmes down in the blocks and not John Ivy. And Rayleigh misses the first free throw. You talked about it earlier. The big's got to make the free throws.
Yeah. I mean, you're getting a chance. When you're down, you need to score points whenever you can. And if this is one of the ways they're going to let you try to score points, you got to start making free throws.
So the bench for the Mavericks has been the story here today. Their guards have played particularly well, guarding the basketball, not creating too many turnovers. A little press by the RazorSharks is broken. Green out. Christian, 3. That's no good as he hits an air ball.
That wasn't even close.
Nope. 20-point lead for the Mavericks. Still 3 minutes, 10 left to go here in the third. Ivy out, really. Thought about a 3. Devon came out to get him. Now trying to find someone. He counseled with Crane on him. Counsel dribbles away, hesitate, off glass, can't get it to go. Rebound. Back the other way come the Mavericks.
You can tell their defensive game plan is to make sure Corey Allman does not go off. I mean, whoever's guarding doesn't even try to help.
Crane lost it and a foul. Timeout before the foul. 22nd timeout as Crane lost it. It was just before Crane lost the basketball. That timeout was called. So 2:39 left to go. It's a 20. And we'll take a break and wrap up the third quarter coming up next here on the Rochester RazorSharks Broadcast Network with the Mavericks up by 20. Back in live in the Blue Cross Arena, 20-point lead for the Mavericks, 65-45 over the Rochester RazorSharks. Tariq Spence, John Boone with you here today for what is a matchup of the two best teams in the Premier Basketball League that just has been one-sided thus far in this game, John.
Yeah, Rochester just can't get their offense going, still shooting in the 20s, and Kentucky's done a really good job of taking things away and taking advantage of things on the offensive end.
Feel ya. That's how the Mavericks have done it today.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. That offensive possession right there. You play good defense, and then they hit a 3 at the end of it.
Rochester back on the other end with John Ivy, able to put it in for 2. And a lot to work on right now. Still 2:06 left to go. And they're going to get Christian.
Illegal screen.
Yeah, I missed that one. Josh Chichester was trying to check in, so I totally missed that play. But Mavericks not too bad here in this third quarter. Usually that's a quarter that the RazorSharks sort of either take over or come back from.
You saw it the other night against Chautauqua. It was a close game at halftime. They came out and just exploded in the third quarter and never looked back. And they still can't get things right so far in this third quarter. It's another turnover.
Philia knocked away out of bounds. It'll still remain Mavericks basketball. But you're right. In that third quarter, they usually pull away from everyone and make it a formality in the fourth that they're going to win it. This time around, it's quite different.
Oh, very different.
Yeah. Christian, double team, gets out of it, finds somebody, Crane, and now they'll reset it. Three. Deep one, no good. Christian gets the rebound and put back. That's no good. Rebounded by Holmes. Chichester over to Biggs.
One of the few times they haven't converted on those offensive rebounds.
Devereaux Biggs off the dribble. Can't get it to go, but a foul. So Devereaux Biggs will head to the free throw line with 1:13 left to go here in the third quarter. Crossover, just a classic one.
Yeah.
Nothing too fancy. Lean left, go right around your opponent.
Nice crossover and then creating the contact and gets rewarded with the 2 free throws.
First free throw by Biggs is good. Rashad McGill will come into the game for Rochester. And Anthony Jackson back in the game as well.
But you know you got a solid team when your leading scorer has been quiet for Kentucky and they still got a 20-point lead.
Second free throw by Biggs is good.
Because Jackson has been quiet, as we noted earlier.
Oh, Rain with it. That's a nice.
That lob pass.
Yeah.
I thought McGill was going to get there. Oh, no, it was Sidney.
And foul. And they're going to say go the other way with Crane. So they say he pushed off on Holmes.
Kind of hooked him on the way by is what I think he called.
Ivy swinging around Biggs. Less than a minute to go here in the third quarter. Chichester, too many steps. That pivot foot just kind of came off the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the turnovers that drive you nuts as a coach. They're unforced. Especially when you're trying to fight your way back into a game.
Jackson gives it over. Christian, baseline jumper is good. So Andrew Christian has put in a lot of minutes here in this third quarter, giving that bench a little bit more time to rest and try to close this out in the fourth. Biggs to McGill on a missed assignment.
Nice backdoor cut. Again, they kind of have gone with that 4-out offense right here to try to spread things out a little bit. Nice backdoor cut there.
Jackson, Ivy on him defensively. 10 seconds left to go here in the third. Knocked away. McGill all over. Pull-up jumper. Foul. Is it on the shot or is it on the rebound? It was kind of in between. And I believe it should be on the shot, and it probably will be.
Yep.
Mazzola. Biggs will get the foul call. So Ben Vizzola will be at the free throw line. He's played well. He's played well in this game. A lot of bench players came up pretty big today as Vizzola makes the first free throw.
He comes in averaging 12 a game, so it's not, he's their fourth leading scorer, so they expect production from him, and he's come in and given it.
Second free throw by Vizzola is good. And that's the end of the third quarter. So the Rochester RazorSharks have quite the hole to dig out of. It's a 21-point deficit. And we'll start the fourth quarter coming up in a matter of moments. Thank you for those watching here on the Rochester RazorSharks Broadcast Network. Can the RazorSharks come back? We'll find out next.
Aaron and Jaden, are you ready? You must put on all the equipment and come down and make a layup. Aaron, Jaden, on your mark. Get set. Go! Come on, guys, dress like a pro. First one who makes a basket fully in the uniform wins. First one who gets his shorts on wins. This is a methodical contest here today. All right, gentlemen, you still got shoes. Still got to put on the shoes and make a basket. Aaron and Dayton Cooper, here we go. Wants to make sure he's got it on correctly. There we go. He's got big Ron Rollerson's uniform. The guy that used to wear that was 6'10". I just want you to know. Ron Rollerson was 6'10" when he played for us. Come on, buddy. Come on, let's go. 3, 2, yeah, all right. Let's hear it for the Cooper boys.
Back here live at the Blue Cross Arena. 21-point lead for the Mavericks of Kentucky. Tariq Spence, John Boone with you here today. Can the RazorSharks dig out of this 21-point deficit? Their offense non-existent. I've never seen it this low in 3 quarters where they scored 51 points. That was their best quarter, actually, in 21.
Yeah, the scary thing is they actually shot it better. They were 8 of 18 in the quarter, almost shot 50%, but the turnover bug still got them. They had 5 turnovers, and the offensive rebounds came back to haunt them again like it did in the first quarter. They gave up 6 more of those. So too many extra possessions again for Kentucky, and it's hard to come back when you keep giving teams extra possessions.
For the Rochester RazorSharks, never really been in this position before, so it's kind of unusual to see, especially here at the Blue Cross Arena. Ivy, Chichester. He'll try a 3. That doesn't go. Rebound, knocked around, picked up by the Mavericks.
That's not the shot you wanted.
Someone's got to get hot here for Rochester. That's no good. Holmes and Ivy fight for it. Realize they're on the same team, so Ivy will bring it up to court. Ivy with Jackson, swings it over and around. Biggs loses the ground, a foul called, and Crawford says how.
Looked like he tripped, but got bailed out there. I think Biggs just kind of slipped.
Biggs, step back. Is he going to take the 3? Is he going to make the 3? He's going to take it. He definitely made it. Devereaux Biggs scores the first points here in the 4th quarter. Stolen away by Biggs. Off to the races. Jackson is not going to catch him. Scoop layup for 2. That's 5 quick points by Devereaux Biggs.
You said we need somebody to get hot. Maybe it's going to be Biggs here.
Oh, Sidney Holmes.
But what you want to see guys do is stay in doing what they do well. You know, I didn't like Josh's first shot. That's not really his game standing out there. But Biggs has done a nice job. The 3's his, playing good defense, you know, getting the steal there. I mean, if you're going to come back, you got to keep doing what you do well. Don't try to force things.
Crawford Pull-up jumper is good. So back on the other end, Robert Crawford able to get 2 back for the Mavericks.
He's got 18 today for them.
John Ivey off the dribble draws the foul. And
we got Johnson on the reach.
Yep, I believe so.
Or Jackson.
Jackson on the reach.
Either
you pick
one of them. They're both there kind of slapping at him.
I think they gave it to Johnson, though. As Ivy getting it back, stops the clock, takes some points off the board, and chipping away at this lead.
Yeah, John shoots 88% from the free throw line, so you expect him to step up there and make them.
And he does that on cue. Both of them down. Jackson gives it up. Saunders over to Johnson. Johnson has it knocked out of his hands out of bounds. It'll remain Mavericks basketball.
You know, the press, you try to pick up the pace here a little bit, maybe get some turnovers or force Kentucky to take some quick shots. And then you just got to get the rebound if you force that quick shot.
Jackson, Ivy on him, pulls it back, trying to set a pick for him, and he decides to swing it the other way. Saunders over to Jackson for 3. That's no good with 1 second on the shot clock. RazorSharks back the other way.
Good
McGill,
defensive possession there.
crossover, scoop layup. So the Rochester RazorSharks now cutting it down to a 16-point deficit. And a timeout for the Mavericks.
Yeah, good timeout there.
So a scoring binge there led by Devereaux Biggs. 5 quick points in literally 15 seconds. And the RazorSharks have cut it down to 16.
You got a unit out on the floor there that all of a sudden brought a lot of energy. And, you know, Biggs has done that in games in the past. You know, on the defensive end, as you see with the steal there. And just, you know, creating things, and nice job keeping your dribble alive and going to the basket there by McGill.
Back here live at the Blue Cross Arena. Still 9:57 left to go in this game. Plenty of time. 14-point lead right now for the Mavericks, who had it as much as 21 at one point in this game. Have seen the RazorSharks go on a mini run here, John.
Yeah, they've come out, attacking the basket, got a lot of energy on the defensive end, not giving up those second chance shots that that had hurt them in the third quarter.
Inbounds, Johnson and Jackson. Ivy all over him. Working it down low, knocked away, and a foul called as Devon had it knocked away with Biggs on him.
Surprised to see Waddle not back in the game for Kentucky. He was very effective there in the third quarter.
Still a lot of time left, too. 9:51. This game sort of cut down a little bit. Might see Mr. Waddle. Oh, he's already out there.
I was gonna say, didn't see him come in after the timeout.
Boy, that shot didn't go to Jackson. Picked up by Chichester. RazorSharks on the other end. McGill, cross court to Ivy. Thought about a three, brought it back out. Ivy off the dribble. Johnson on him. Foul called. And not on the shot, just on the floor. So Jackson will come out. And Philia come back in. He's got some good minutes here today.
Yeah, like you said, their bench is, played very well. And then you mix in Waddle and
Chichester thought about backdoored and closed it. Ivy off the dribble, baseline, say he stepped out of bounds. Close to that line.
Yeah, dribbled a little bit too much there, John, trying to create a little bit too much instead of just trying to run the offense. Like I said, stay within what you do well.
Stolen away, but Devereaux Biggs couldn't remain on his feet and couldn't control the basketball. So it'll remain Mavericks basketball. 9:06 left to go. 14-point lead. RazorSharks worked it down to this. See if they can keep that offense moving. Kentucky has withstanded just about every run Rochester's been on. Philia. Out to Devon. That's no good. Rebounded. Crawford. Reverse layup. Can't get it to go. Tipped around. Picked up by McGill. Out to Biggs. Biggs does not have the numbers. Stop. Pop. Three. Ouch. Devereaux Biggs with another big three.
He's feeling it right now. He's feeling it. You're pulling up 1 on 3.
Devereaux Biggs with a quick 8 points in this quarter. Tried to go for another steal. They're going to say, is it off Crawford? Yes, it is. Devereaux Biggs creating that steal.
You were saying earlier we needed someone to bring some energy, and Biggs has definitely done that here to start the fourth quarter.
Don't go anywhere. With 8:26 left to go, this game's not over.
Another good possession here, and now you're back down to a single-digit game.
Ivy off the dribble, out to McGill. Pull-up jumper, can't get it to go. Biggs saves it and dribbles it off his foot out of bounds.
Yeah, it was a turnover that those are the tough ones. Made a nice hustle play going after the loose ball and then just couldn't control it.
Right now, the Rochester RazorSharks have a mini run going on, and the Mavericks are starting to go cold. They were hot for 3 quarters. They've seen this 21-point lead disappear in front of their eyes.
Well, part of it is Rochester's not turning it over, and they haven't been giving up a lot of offensive rebounds.
Chichester called for the foul. And that'll put Crawford at the line. You can see here, and there isn't much debate here. It's either Sidney Holmes or Josh Chichester.
Yeah, Josh got a lot of body there.
Crawford, first free throw is good. Second free throw. Down.
You had a chance to get it to single digits. Now you got to keep working. Try to get another good offensive possession here.
Biggs been the star here in the fourth. Floater. Can't get it to go, but he'll head to the line. Stops the clock. 7:42 left to go. Gives the RazorSharks a chance to cut into this deficit.
You kind of get some cuts underneath him a little bit as Devereaux gets up in the air there.
It was not going well for the RazorSharks. They couldn't make any shots. They couldn't stop any shots. 10-point lead went up to a 7-point lead at halftime. An even bigger lead at the third quarter. And now here in the fourth, the RazorSharks trying to climb their way back into this, down by 12. Biggs all over. Filia trying to find the right man. Jackson, 7 on the shot clock. Devon lost it. Biggs takes it away. He'll bring it up the court.
Holmes doing a great job down there on Waddle last possession.
Can't get it to go as he drives towards the hole. Jackson will speed through in a foul on Sidney Holmes, and wasn't sure if everybody's going to get back on defense, so Holmes fouls Jackson.
Yeah, they were looking to try to get the ball to Waddle last time, and Holmes did a really good job of denying him the basketball and kind of broke the offense down.
RazorSharks just said, listen, we're not chasing Jackson all over the place here.
Well, kind of an interesting move right here. You got both point guards on the floor at the same time with Jackson and Filia.
Jackson, foul call. That'll be away from the basketball. So a defensive 3-second. And that'll put Crawford on the line. And Crawford cashes it in. 13-point lead right now.
Yeah, you just got to make sure that you're not on defense, that you're not getting caught watching the basketball there with the 3-second.
Off the dribble, Jackson fouled, and he hits the deck. Slow to get up. You see here, right off the dribble, goes right. A little shimmy shake. And Chichester hitting that leg of Jackson as he tries to walk it off. 77-64, Mavericks with the lead.
Well, they've sat on his left hand all day to try to force him to go right, and that was one of the first times he's really taken advantage of that opportunity, because John Ivey was really sitting hard to make sure he did not go left.
Second free throw, no good. Back the other way come the RazorSharks. Ivey with it, off the dribble, drives, tries to get the reverse layup, but he gets the foul. So John Ivey's as good as 2 right here. Very solid from the free throw line. This hesitation dribble.
Yeah, just kept his dribble alive, kept attacking the basket. Kind of got bailed out a little bit, but that's all right.
Slowing things down, 6:39 left to go here in the fourth. John Ivey at the free throw line. Got to make these. First one's good. Second one by Ivey's down. So an 11-point lead right now for the Mavericks. A little pressure from the RazorSharks. Crawford. Chichester picks him up. Jackson.
Good decision there by Crawford not to force it, with the 11-point lead.
Biggs. Waddle. 6 on the shot clock. Gives it back out. Devon can't get it to go. Tipped around, picked up by Biggs. Off to the races. Down by 11.
And the shots they were making the first 3 quarters were shots like that, and they're missing them here in the fourth quarter.
Josh Chichester can't get the reverse layup. It seemed like Biggs and Chichester had that one worked out. 2-man game. Jackson knocked away, picked up. McGill off to the races. McGill fouled. They're not going to let that go. They'll stay on the floor.
Should be in the penalty, though, so I think he's going to go to the free throw line anyway.
5:46 left to go here in the game An 11-point lead for the Mavericks. They saw it disappear from 21 down to 11. Will the RazorSharks have enough offense in the gas left to make a run here in the fourth? We'll find out next here on the Rochester RazorSharks Broadcast Network.
This little girlie, her hair was kind of curly. Went to her house and busted out.
Back here live at the Blue Cross Arena, 11-point lead for the Mavericks, 77-66 over the RazorSharks. Still 5:46 left to go in the fourth, so if you've been watching all the way through, way to stick with it. And for those just tuning in, you came at the right time.
Yeah, yes, definitely. Kentucky's pretty much dominated the whole game until Rochester finally woke up here to start the fourth quarter.
It's been led by Devereaux Biggs with the ball right now. Ivy for three. Big shot down to single digits with John Ivy.
It took Coach Iverson a little while to find the right lineup, but he's definitely found it here in the fourth quarter. Biggs and Ivy have, really picked things up.
And a foul on Biggs, and he can't believe it's a push-off. And 5:19 left to go here in the fourth, and the RazorSharks have cut it down to 8. Ooh.
Yeah, a little bit too much hands, but yeah, I know.
Not much you can do about it. Ooh, Filia misses the first free throw.
In Kentucky overall, they're not a great free throw shooting team.
And it hurt him there. And what was, for a very long time, a double-digit lead has been destroyed here. Biggs stolen away by Filia. He's off to the races. Biggs is not going to catch him. Or is he? Nope, goaltending. They're going to call it. So goaltending. Biggs was way behind and caught off. That is catch-up speed there.
Yeah, did a nice job. Just got there a little bit too late.
I thought he was never going to catch him. And then at the last second, as he slowed down and caught him, unfortunately was on the way down. Really, for three. That's no good. Front rim, McGill, foul. And who is it going to be on? It's going to be on Waddle. So 4:51. Boy, this is a slow-moving game right now for Kentucky.
A lot of stops right now.
And it is not to their benefit.
Yeah, with both teams in the bonus from here on, every foul you're going to see free throws. So now it's up to Rochester to make their free throws. We saw Kentucky miss theirs, which kind of opens the door.
Sidney Holmes at the line right now. Every point matters. Holmes can't get that one to go. 10-point lead RazorSharks have been down as much as 21. Holmes makes it a 9-point lead for Kentucky.
And picking up full court again, trying to force a little pressure.
And Biggs, that time, that's a ticky-tack one. Caught him on a ticky-tack. And he wants to know what happened.
Yeah, because Philly kind of dribbled into him and initiated the contact, but they called the foul on Biggs.
Biggs just wants an explanation. He's getting it. Philly is going to the free throw line here. First one is good. So tough time at the line last time. Trying to make up for it here.
Well, he does only shoot 41%, but he's not there very often.
Second free throw by Philly is good. Ivy with it. McGill. Pull-up jumper. Can't get it to go. Rebounded Jackson. Off to the races he goes. RazorSharks back on defense. McGill's there. Crawford lost it. Saves it. McGill out to Biggs. Biggs with Ivy at his right. Driving in. Back out to Ivy. Thought about a three. Pulled it back in. 4:20 left to go. Ivy give and go. Really knocked away. Out of bounds. Really tries to save it. I don't know how he avoided 2 photographers, an advertising post, and the fans. But he did.
Well, it was good defense there by Butler, recognizing the alley-oop pass coming from John.
4:13 left to go here in the fourth quarter. It's an 11-point lead for the Mavericks, but the RazorSharks are winning this fourth. We'll find out if they can come all the way back. Coming up next here on the Rochester RazorSharks Broadcast Network.
Standing partner of your Rochester RazorSharks and the Don't Fall Out program, Bryant Stratton College. World Gym, founded in 1976, World Gym has been one of the top fitness locations to work out at. Lift yourself to greatness and work out at World Gym, the official fitness gym for your Rochester RazorSharks. Joe's Crab Shack is a proud sponsor of the Rochester RazorSharks. Stop into Joe's Crab Shack for $2 Tuesdays and all-you-can-eat shrimp every Wednesday. John Betlam Heating and Cooling. Family owned and operated since 1941, celebrating 75 years of serving Rochester and surrounding towns. Call 271-8888 for all of your indoor comfort needs or visit them on the web at 271-8888.com.
Keep making noise. Keep making noise. Yeah. Here we go now. 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 Here we go. Here we go. Now listen. Some of y'all might know this, and some of y'all don't.
Back here live at the Blue Cross Arena, 11-point lead right now for the Mavericks, but still 4:13 left to go here in the game. So
lots of time.
RazorSharks fought back here in the fourth. Still some work to do. And the Mavericks feeling a little press from the RazorSharks. Mavericks breaking it, steal. They get it back. Swinging it, Jackson. Corner three, Crawford. That's no good. McGill hits the deck, no call. Back the other way. Come the RazorSharks.
Butler kind of threw McGill there, but no call.
Devereaux Biggs for three. That's no good. Rebounded. Picked up by Crouch. He takes a three and makes it. Jerice Crouch from downtown. 8-point lead. 3:32 left to go.
The pressure's kind of speeding Kentucky up. It seems to kind of have taken them out of their rhythm offensively that we saw them be so well with in the first 3 quarters.
They break that press again. Waddle over. Crawford thought about a three. He was wide open and then decided to let it go. Waddle working hard. Can't get it to go. Foul.
Yeah, and that's a good move there by Kentucky, getting back to the guy that's been most effective around the basket, Waddle.
So Waddle headed to the free throw line. 3:14 left to go. Boy, this has got to be the longest period for Kentucky, who has dominated every quarter they've played.
Well, if you're going to maintain the lead, you got to make free throws. And if you're Rochester, you want to miss free throws.
Waddle thinking about it.
And he shoots it at 78%, so he's a good free throw shooter.
Can't get it up and in. So it is a 9-point lead right now. Jerice Crouch, Devereaux Biggs. Pick set there, Biggs stops, crossover, over to Rayleigh, thought about it, drives in, can't dunk it! Off the front rim, and he can't believe it. Crawford, Filia, down low, Butler swinging it back out, Crawford. 13 on the shot clock, 2:40 left to go here in the game. Crawford, stolen away,
nice
Biggs fouled.
Nice job by Devereaux coming from the weak side, recognizing the ball coming in and making the steal.
For the RazorSharks, Devereaux Biggs has been the reason they are in this game right now. And he has logged a lot of minutes in this quarter.
Yeah, he has, and you got to get another 2.5 out of him if you can.
First free throw by Biggs is good.
I think he's getting a spell here by Council.
Council will come in at the next stoppage of play as he's at the scorer's table. RazorSharks can't get the second free throw to go. It is an 8-point lead right now for the Mavericks. Jackson, Johnson gives it up. Waddle, foul. And Rayleigh saying I went straight up. McGill saying I went straight up. And they're going to give it to McGill. Shooting two will be Nicholas Waddle.
Anytime they need a basket, this is the guy they've been going to. And like I said, he's got good footwork, good hands, and has been able to get at the basket when he needs to.
2:22 left to go. Waddle, free throw. Good money. Biggs will take a well-deserved rest for Rochester. Melvin Council in 2:22. And to your point, John, the level of play does not drop off. Council has been able to do this, take over a game with minutes left to go.
I'll be curious to see, though, if he tries to get Biggs back into the game for as effective as he was here in the fourth quarter.
Waddle, both free throws, big time. 10-point lead for the Mavericks. Council, Crouch, couldn't hook up. Out of bounds.
That's a tough catch from Melvin going away. And just a tough, unfortunate play, turnover there for the RazorSharks.
Filia would crouch all over him. Jackson has been shut down, runs into a double team, dribbles out of it. Filia trying to work down low, stolen away by Holmes. Picked up Crouch, pull-up jumper. That's no good. Rebounded McGill, foul, loose ball. And it'll be Sidney Holmes to head to the free throw line. Shooting two. You can see here, Crouch with the pull-up jumper. And maybe you won't see where the fuck came from because Sidney Holmes is already on the floor.
I think Johnson they got their arms hooked and he kind of threw him out of the way. But McGill at the other end made a nice play. That's a long pass from the top of the key there, trying to get it into Waddle. McGill was able to get around and get his hand on it.
Sidney Holmes, that was not a good free throw.
Oh.
Hurts when you're down by 10. Stop the clock with 1:53 left to go. Got to make them. Second free throw by Holmes is no good.
And they've struggled from the line today.
It's going to hurt. Still 1:46 left to go. Waddle will counsel on him. Back out Jackson.
Go right back into him. Yep.
Waddle. Triple teamed. Jackson for three. That's no good. Tipped away. Put back. No good. Back up the court come the RazorSharks, down by 10. 90 seconds left to go in the game. Crouch hits the deck hard with a foul.
And if you're Kentucky, that's the last thing you want is the foul again and keep stopping the clock. If you're the RazorSharks, that's the best thing to happen is to be able to try to get some points here without the clock moving.
Crouch at the free throw line. Pretty solid free throw shooter. Hits it right off the back of the iron as soon as I said it. A lot to talk about, a lot to think about. 10 points. I've seen it be erased before. Now 9. I've seen it been erased before with a couple of big threes and some turnovers.
Well, it starts by getting stops on this end. You got to get some stops on the defensive end.
Feel ya. To Jackson. Back over to him. Johnson. 3. No good. Rebound. Crouch. They've got the numbers. Counsel. Foul. Can't get it to go. 3 seconds left to go.
But Johnson did him a favor there, shooting so quick. Only 10 seconds had come off the shot clock when he took that jump shot. I don't think the Kentucky bench was happy with that shot. Definitely an advantage for Rochester by taking that quick jump shot. It's funny how guys sometimes forget about the time and the score. And that was definitely a possession there where you didn't need to take that shot so quickly if you're Kentucky.
Yeah, you need to run some clock. Whole lot of clock. Counsel cuts it down to a 7-point deficit. 3 left to go. Little press again by the RazorSharks. Jackson. They're able to break it on the Mavericks. Butler with it, 12 on the shot clock. Philly's got it. 9 on the shot clock. Counsel on him defensively. Gives it up. Butler. Can't get it to go. Tip in, no good. Rayleigh with the rebound. RazorSharks alive, down by 7. Crouch.
Got to go quick here.
With a 3. That's no good. Tipped around Waddle. Saved out of bounds.
Nice hustle by Waddle to get his hands on the ball and then be able to throw it off of Jordan Rayleigh there.
That was a very key possession that the RazorSharks needed 2 or 3. And it doesn't look like enough time maybe on the clock here. Now, 25 seconds is a lot of time. The foul game is not a game people like to play too much late in these games in basketball. But that's the only option the RazorSharks can play right now.
Well, you're going to try to get some type of turnover off the press here, and then I would assume if they don't get anything off the press that you try to foul right as soon as they cross half court. But you got to, you're going to try to get probably a trap or some type of something out of the press to try to create a turnover, and then if you don't get it, you'll have to foul. And actually, I know Philly hit his last 2, but he is the worst free throw shooter on the team, and he's going to have the ball in his hand, so it might be easy for you to be able to foul one of their worst free throw shooters.
For the RazorSharks, in their second meeting against Kentucky, Kentucky's holding all the cards here. They've got the lead, and 25 seconds is still a lot of time for a couple of threes. RazorSharks have 2 of their best 3-point shooters on the court right now, in Allman and Crouch, and a quick foul. And Johnson knew it was coming. And Rayleigh picks up the foul.
Johnson shoots 76%. So a decent free throw shooter.
For the Rochester RazorSharks, with Johnson at the free throw line, we'll find out if there's still an opening left. And that door just closed a little bit more.
Well, either way, it's still a 3-possession game. It just makes it that you got to get 3 threes instead of a combination of some 2s and 3s.
Oof, it's a tough one right there.
Yeah.
Crouch will run it up. Shot clock turned off. Allman had it, lost it, foul called, and that'll about do it.
Yeah. Needed to score on that possession. Couldn't have another turnover. And unfortunately, it's been the problem with Rochester today is they turn the ball over way too much.
So I'm not sure exactly how they do it. I'm not sure exactly what the formula is, but the Mavericks will take 2 from the RazorSharks this season. Something that doesn't really happen a lot, a loss for Rochester here at the Blue Cross Arena. The Mavericks are on a short list of teams that have been able to do it. Phillies free throw, no good. Rebounded, Rochester. Allman left alone for 3. He'll take it. That's no good. Rebounded by Jackson. 8 seconds left to go, and that's the end of the game. The Mavericks have won it here today. 87-77, one of the lowest outputs for the RazorSharks this season. A 10-point victory for the Mavericks here, and they are the best right now in the Premier Basketball League. A lot of congratulations here today as the Kentucky Mavericks come up to the Blue Cross Arena and get a win here in front of one of the largest crowds here at the Blue Cross Arena. John, your thoughts on this 10-point victory, one of the lowest offensive outputs I've seen from the RazorSharks. Kentucky came in here and did it defensively and offensively.
Yeah, they got after it on the defensive end, made it very difficult for Rochester to score, and then Rochester didn't help themselves in a lot of areas. 24 turnovers, 16 offensive rebounds you give up, makes it difficult. And then when they did have some chances to get to the free throw line, they weren't converting. They shot 57% from the free throw line. So, those are all key stats that you need to try to win games. And, Rochester came up on the short end of all those stats.
Well, leading scorer for the game, Robert Crawford, a big win for the Mavericks as he led all scorers with 21 points. 19 for Jerice Crouch in a losing effort. 12 for Devereaux Biggs, who I think scored all of those 12 in the fourth quarter.
He scored 10 of his 12 in the fourth quarter. He gave him a lot of energy there in the fourth quarter, and made it a game where you thought Rochester was going to have a chance to maybe sneak one out, but Kentucky made plays when they had to and made free throws.
Kentucky was up by as much as 21 points in this game, and Rochester, with the help of Devereaux Biggs, able to cut it down to a single-digit deficit before the Mavericks pulled away and iced the win. So for the Rochester RazorSharks, they take their second loss of the year in as many weeks, losing to the same team, unfortunately, the Mavericks of Kentucky. Next home game for the Rochester RazorSharks will be on Saturday, February 25th. They'll be taking on the Ohio Bootleggers. Ohio almost defeating them in the first game of the road trip when they went down to Ohio and Kentucky. And so now the Bootleggers will be in town on Saturday. So Rochester will try to get back on the winning side of things in the next few days. What do you do now? Loss on Monday. How do you approach it on Tuesday, Coach?
Well, you just get back to practice and start working on things, looking at the film a little bit, see what I think this is a good film to show them, what wasn't working and what we need to work on. You walk into practice and you start working on those things that you weren't good at. And I think the big emphasis again is the rebounding, and the turnovers are definitely a concern for Coach Iverson, because this isn't the first game where they've given up a lot of offensive rebounds.
Might not see the Mavericks again until possibly the finals, but now you got to get there as well. For John Boone, I'm Tariq Spence. Final score here today, Rochester RazorSharks take their second loss of the year, 87-77, as the Mavericks come in and win by 10. For John Boone, I'm Tariq Spence. Have a great day, everybody.